All right, today's gospel reading will be from Luke chapter 20, verses 20 through 26. As always, I'll be doing the explanation according to the Blessed Theophylact, who is an archbishop from the Ochre region of Bulgaria from the 11th century. And they watched him, and sent forth spies, who should feign themselves righteous men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. And they asked him, saying, Teacher, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly, neither considerest thou the person of any, but teachest the way of God truly. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar, or no? But he perceived their craftiness, and said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Show me a penny. Whose image and superscription hath it? They answered and said, Caesar's. And he said unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto God the things which be God's. And they could not catch him in his words before the people. And they marveled at his answer, and kept silent. And the explanation here: the Pharisees set what they thought was an inescapable trap, but their own feet were caught in it. See their vicious cunning. If he said that they ought to give tribute to Caesar, he would be condemned by the people for leading their race into slavery, this race which is the seed of Abraham and no man's slave. But if he forbade them to give tribute, the Pharisees could bring him before the governor on a charge of sedition. But he leaps from their snare like a gazelle, for so the bride names him in the Song of Solomon, in Songs 2:9, and he teaches us that to subject ourselves bodily to a king or ruler who has authority over our bodies in no way interferes with our ability to lead a spiritual life pleasing to the God of spirits. For he says, Render unto the Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto God the things which be God's. See that he did not simply say give, but render. And that is, give back what is due. It is obligatory, Christ says, to render that which is due. Your ruler guards you from enemies and makes your life peaceful. In return for these things, you owe him the tax. It is obligatory for another reason as well. The coin which you give comes from your ruler in the first place. Therefore, give back to the king his own coin, for all this time you have made a profit doing business with it, and you have used it to acquire the necessary things of life. You must likewise render to God the things of God. He has given you intellect. Render it to God by governing your actions by this intellect. He has given you logos. Render it to him by doing everything as a reason-endowed creature, not becoming like the mindless beast. In short, he has given you both soul and body. Give back all that you owe him, which is nothing less than the image of himself in you, which you must restore by walking in faith, hope, and love. In yet another way, we must render unto Caesar the things of Caesar. Each one of us bears the image either of God or of the ruler of this world. When we make ourselves like Caesar, we become sons of the devil. If we bear the devil's image, we ought to return it to the devil and cast it away from us so that he can have what is his and find nothing in us that belongs to him. This is how we preserve in ourselves the unadulterated image of God. Therefore, Paul exhorts, As we have borne the image of the earthen, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly, as he says in 1 Corinthians 15:49. And in another place, that ye put off the old man, as in Ephesians 4:22 and Colossians 3:8 and 9. What the Lord says here says to render and give back, Paul says to put off. And what is here spoken of as the image of Caesar is there described by Paul as the image of the earthen sinner, of Adam, and of the old man. For the image of the earthen is none other than the corruption and sin which we acquired when we made ourselves like that traitorous renegade, the devil, and defaced our likeness to God, the true King. And so the Pharisees were not able to catch Jesus and his words in front of the people. What they were striving to do was just that, to slander Christ before the people as a man who would enslave the Hebrews to the Romans. But they were unable to accomplish their desire because of his exceedingly wise answer.